survivors. This is me, Representative. I'm reporting to you. I want to talk about how these evacuees and the victims of those who were affected by Hurricane Ida, they're not receiving the help that they're saying that they're going to get. That's supposed to be set in place for them. And this is good information for us to know, so that further keeps our minds on survivalism and being self-reliant. Because in a time of a crisis, you guys, you're really on your own. You're really, really on your own. And these organizations and programs and agencies that are supposed to be set in place to help the American people, I don't know what's going on. But I went on some of the websites yesterday because I told you guys I've been helping some of the evacuees. We're giving them the information that they need, pointing them in certain directions. A lot of them, they've never been to this city, and they don't know where the washateria is. They don't know what this is. They don't know where their kids can get something new. I mean, it's been a lot, I'm telling you. And Houstonians and everybody else are saying how they're buying up everything. And you really can't blame them. Because they've been displaced from their homes. So they buying up all the generators out the Home Depots, a lot of food. We already had food shortages here, as you guys are experiencing where you are. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So once I spoke to a FEMA representative yesterday, and that's the train. I spoke to a FEMA representative yesterday, and they told me that the way this process goes for people to get disaster relief, once the president, once they declare it as, what do you call it, emergency disaster area, not only local, your county, and statewide, that's when you can officially, supposed to be able to receive some type of benefits and resources. Okay, so we know Hurricane Ida in the state of Louisiana, they declared it as a emergency disaster area, right? Those people can't even go on the website of the organization I just mentioned and really properly fill out an application. I tried to do it myself, it kept rejecting me. I just want to see. Well, I did it for New York. Tried to do it for New York because you guys know I do live in New York. So I was trying to see because, Ida hit there as well. So I wanted to see, are people really, because these people are telling me they're not getting help. I mean, everybody's saying, I was like, so who's paying for these hotels? Because I thought that they were getting vouchers. It's like, we're coming out of our pockets. And so many of them were complaining, saying they said that we're supposed to be able to get this, we're supposed to be able to get that. They're not getting anything. So when I went on that website, it rejected it. It said something about come back later. They do that. So this is what a lot of the people who need help now are. This is what they're getting. When I spoke to one of the representatives, he said that for New York they haven't declared it as a emergency disaster area, which I don't understand that because y'all saw those images, and that some of those boroughs in the city of New York was extremely disaster areas. They almost were underwater. Now back to the evacuees for Louisiana that are here in Houston. They're not hardly receiving anything. So they said, okay, well, you can get local resources. We have programs and services set up right there for you in Houston for you to be able to utilize and to receive. It's not true. I called 211. I was helping this lady. She has a lot of family she's looking out for, a 4-month-old baby. I mean, just in distress. So I was trying to help her out, so I called 211. Sometimes on the phone with FEMA, they had me on hold for a whole hour. On the phone with 211, the hold wasn't that long. It was like 10 minutes, but still. And so she get on the phone, and I said, well, are there any programs and services for these evacuees to be able to utilize right now? She said all they have is where we can direct them to shelters, and if they have infant babies, they can get WIC. or they can sign up for the food stamp program. And with that program, it's a process. They said they would have to, of course, fill out some documents, and then they would need some types of paperwork from their hometown. And the lady was just livid. She's like, well, how am I supposed to have that? I just had to up and leave everything and come out here so me and my family wouldn't drown in water. Y'all, when I tell y'all, get yourself together. Get prepared. None of us want to have to be in a position or in a predicament where we have to depend on these services and programs that I've just mentioned. You just don't want to. And then on the Red Cross website, they used to, and the FEMA representative also stated to me that they work hand in hand with Red Cross. Now, Red Cross used to give like $500 stipends to people. I noticed because I've been in so many hurricanes, and they would also put you up in hotels, give you a voucher. It seemed like that's not the case now. They want everybody to go to these shelters, and the shelters even packed. And now you have the pandemic and the viruses and whatnot, so that's not safe and that's not healthy. When I tell you, it is awful. And if a lot of these people didn't have any emergency savings, and if they didn't have transportation like cars to get out of these areas, they would be in trouble, in a lot of trouble. The lady, the family I just mentioned, the lady with the 4-month-old baby, they had cars. So she's like, you know what? I only came out here with this $200. Today is my last day in this hotel. She said, well, we're going to sleep in our car until we can get back home. And the lights are still out in their area, and the house has been inundated with water. So they don't really have anything to go home to, because you can't, that's not livable conditions. And then with that nasty water, and it sets up mildew and mold in your house. She has a 4-month-old baby. So they don't even know what their future holds right now, or if they still have a home to go back to. Y'all, these are lessons for us to learn. When I put that video out there, be prepared to lose everything, I meant that. Some people got offended, but oh well. I've lived this. What they're going through now, I've gone through it, and probably, God forbid, we may have to go through it again. I keep my mind on that. That's why I don't cherish materialistic things. When God give us our life and every day we have here, that's another opportunity to do something different. You can't cherish these materialistic things, y'all. They come and they go. And these days with these disasters, they going. People are losing their things. One lady I talked to, I've been talking to a lot of them. She said that during Katrina, they lost everything. That helicopters had to rescue them from the top of their buildings. I don't know how they got up there. But one of my viewers, he suggested to always keep an axe in your house. So if you have to get on that roof, and that's really good information for everybody to know. Because I'm telling y'all, that water, it comes in your house real quick. She said they had to get out for Katrina, got rescued. She went out there to Florida. She said Florida, she went through hell. She couldn't get no help. They were saying that they had all these, like they do now, services and programs set in place for these people, and they did. And it was hard for them to get help. She said by the time FEMA did pay out, she had 4 children. They gave her $10,000 for her losses. But she said by the time she finished paying the debts that she owed and trying to find a place to stay, that money was gone. That was then. Now, I don't even know if they give out that type of money. You guys, if you are in disasters, or people who haven't been in a disaster yet, so you just put your seatbelt, it's coming. These days and times we living in, don't think that you exempt. Keep your receipts. This is what the FEMA director also has informed me of. Keep your receipts. If you're having to buy a generator, if you're having to buy food, if you're having to buy water, if you're having to buy clothes and shoes and bottles and milk and diapers and things like this for your baby, hotels, and all those expenses, keep a receipt, because they are supposed to reimburse you of everything, not only just your losses, but the expenses that incur the expenses that you had during that disaster. It's a lot going on out here, y'all. A lot of people not taking survivalism seriously. And unfortunately, everybody's dependent on this system. Y'all can't see we can't depend on this system. Look how that grid is down out there. Look how the grid was down out here at the Texas winter storm. It's at the time that you really need it the most. You can't get it. And you would think, well, all the money we spend on the system that they would have it set in place, and it would be compatible to these weather-related events where it would withstand. Why is the grid still going down in 2021? When our people before us put a lot of money into electric bills, utility bills. We don't question nothing. We just keep paying it. Instead of trying to be self-reliant. I'm telling you, all these stories I heard, I said, man, if them 4 or 5 people, 7, 8 people put their money together, they could have owned land. And they all could have had their own individual houses with solar panels. And their own way of generating energy. Why we don't think that way? I don't understand why we don't think that way. All the millions and millions of dollars we pump into this system. And when we need them, they're not there for us. They'll probably give you some kibbles and bits. Y'all be careful. Watch the weather. Watch the world. Watch these things. I can't say what I really want to say on here. I would like to encourage you guys, if you like this commentary, please follow me on my other YouTube channel. It's Zan Harold, ZanHarrold. I've been going live every night on that channel. I upload survivalism videos on that channel. I haven't been censored on that channel yet. So I'm more comfortable with saying the things I really want to say. I have to really water down things here. I'm also on BitChute at Zan Harold, ZanHarrold, and on Twitter as Prepper Zan. I have a survivalism class coming up, y'all. I hadn't mentioned that on this channel. If you're interested in that survivalism class, I have a lot of information of a lot of agencies during weather-related crises that you can get grant money from. I just have a lot of information that I'd like to share with you. If you're interested in signing up for that class, you can also leave it in the comment section or email me at prepperzan@gmail.com. That's prepperzan@gmail.com. The class is going to be taking place next week. I have so many people who've already signed up for this class. I'm going to be giving out all types of great information. If you're also interested in community living and being a homeowner and being a landowner, and you're in the Texas or in the Texas area, you can also email me at prepperzan@gmail.com. We have some really good people who signing up and who making initial investments. You make initial investments, you pay off your part, and I'll put your name on the deed. These are really, really great exclusive areas in the country that people cannot, just anybody can have access to, and everybody don't even know about it. So you guys, yes, let's keep survivalism on our mind. I hope this information helped you. I hope you're learning from what these evacuees are going through, y'all. Because, and another thing they were talking about, they were saying how the meteorologists and the news people, they didn't tell them and inform them. They said they had found out about the idol coming to them like a day or two before. They didn't give them time to prepare, and then they didn't tell them to evacuate until really at the time it was time when the water was rising. So y'all can't depend on these meteorologists on the news and stuff. Allegedly, I forgot what channel I'm on. You have to be careful. All right, you guys, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, please. Follow me on those other platforms. It's very imperative. And you guys keep surviving. ZanHarrold.com.